Greetings there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lord Virgilus, but I'm going as Virgilus now, so that's why I'm going to be that's how I'm going to introduce myself now. So, this might be just a 1 or 2 part thing. I'm trying a few things until I actually find out something that clicks, and I'm like, yes, let's go with some Metroid Prime, because I had such a fun time with Super Metroid. So I thought, hey, Super Metroid. So we're going to start a new game. We're going to options, and right away we are going to sound and put the music all the way kind of down, because I can't play any music because of the YouTube copyright stuff. So basically, the great music in this game is not going to be heard, or barely heard, which is a shame, but that's the way we go. Other than that, everything else is going to be pretty much normal, and we're going to start normal game. And you see my first game is at 97%. I never actually got 100% on this game. But nevertheless, here we are in good old Metroid Prime. Possibly the only first-person shooter game. It's not really even a shooter game. Well, it is a first-person game. It's the first-person adventure game, though, I would say. And going on here, this is possibly the only first-person anything game that I find very cool. So that's pretty much what it is. Because I don't really like first-person shooters. There's a few that may slip by the radar, but generally not a big fan of them. But oh yes, this is the GameCube version, not the Metroid Prime trilogy on the Wii. Although I am playing it on the Wii, I'm not playing the trilogy. Even though I do have it, I actually have two copies of it. Actually, I just don't like the controls of the first and the second game with the trilogy. Even though, I'm just used to the GameCube version because I played the hell out of this game. But there's good old Samus in all her glory. And we're going to be starting out in a moment. I'm going to let this cutscene kind of play out, because as far as I know, there's no music, I'm good. So if there's anything else, well, I'll be skipping the cutscenes. So that'll be a friggin' total shame, I have to say. Hopefully that didn't come the game, because some of the cutscenes are fantastic. So we got first person. We got our hub. And I also like the setup of the hub for the GameCube version, because you got controls of the two. Basically, you got the C controls for your weapons, and you move around with your analog stick, and then you use the D-pad for your other visors. So fantastic. So we are notified, because I forgot to turn off the help to do the L button to click. And then we need to say the force field is offline, so we need to activate it. We get our scan visor off, and we scan. And people that know this game know that there's going to be a lot of scanning. I am not going to be reading every scan or anything, but I will be going for like this and just kind of going through it if I have to, nevertheless. Do I need to do this? Because you need to scan things to get 100%, and I, fortunately have not got 100%, but I do like to get as much as I can, because you get creature data, research data, all sorts of data you need to scan. So that's the way I'm going to actually do it. Yes, beam. Use the A button to use your beam. Oh, I just like the atmosphere. It's good. I like the floating debris. Especially afterwards, after we depressurize or repressurize the thing that everything just kind of falls. That's kind of cool. And so, why did I choose this game? I don't know. We have little creatures falling right there. Just going there. I am going to be scanning just random things that are not... there's nothing really in this first part that's too much of a There's like little creatures which you can do, which you can get pretty much any time in this part, and I recommend doing it at least once, because I don't think they pop up anywhere again, and there's apparently a bigger version of those guys, which are just kind of... Alright, so there's a lot of other stuff here. I'm not going to get too much into story. Yes, they explode if there are two, and they're survivor space hunters that are around. I don't know if I'm actually going to go into story too much, actually, because the story is actually told through the stuff you scan, which I don't really want to read, because if you know me, I'm terrible at reading, especially in a hurry, and kind of want to let you guys kind of go, if you're interested in this, to go there and just, you know, get a feel of the game as it is. Like, I'll show where things are, and like the research station here, which is a research data, which you gotta do. For the map, map is decent in this game. It's not exactly... It's good for, you know, for not getting lost. You can rotate the map. I kind of like do it on an angle, so you can actually do... It's very reminiscent of, you know, a Metroid Prime, or Metroid map. We can scan these ones. I don't think there's anything particularly interesting here, other than what is going on. I'm not going to go, like I said, I'm going to go pretty fast on those because I don't really want to spoil too much of the story. I'm just going to pretty much go through it. And there's a lot of scanning things to scan other things to make things appear, like this platform, so this elevator that goes down. Thought it was going up for some reason. But unfortunately it does not, as it goes down. Alright, so we're gonna go here. I think do watch out fire. You got a meter over in the left corner that kind of goes up and down, and if you do get close to something that will hurt you, it will say warning. Especially if I go here, it will definitely tell me to watch out. So we're gonna go in Morph Ball, go through here. Because if you can't go through it, you can most likely go through it in Morph Ball form. And we got a big, interesting thing here. What is this? Interesting. It's apparently in hibernation. And we got some space pirates that are still alive, apparently. Oh. You're not going to be too much of a threat. How about you? And you have suffered very much of injuries, so you're not going to be too much of a threat either. So, oh yes, I do. What is this? Apparently, some interesting sciencey experimentation is going on here. And I can go here, which apparently looks unstable, but we can't get through, so we're going to go in. And apparently we have to fire missiles with Y, so... And why is that case? Because we have a turret over here, which I'm going to scan for its creature data. Yes, turrets have creature data. And I'm going to lock onto it, but in my combat visor, and shoot missiles at it. And I think it only takes one missile, actually. But, I might be wrong. No, there's more. There's more weird creatures. Looks like some interesting stuff has... Ooh. Let's get rid of this turret. There we are. And sometimes turret gives us stuff, but apparently that one is being cheap. Very cheap. And we got some interesting creatures here. That looks like the thing that we were just scanning a little while ago. Other things. That apparently is something very, very doesn't want to be looking. Let's just ignore that for a moment. And if you do want to turn off the turrets without actually taking, you can actually turn them off by there, but I did not. Oh, anything red wise you do want to do, because you get, that's a point of completion. And that's just a bit of what's going on. And no, I would say just focus on the red, but the orange also does prove to be sometimes useful. It's, which I do actually don't like it in this game, but the second one they did do a little bit better on, because they did make the whole thing, like if it's a certain color, you need to scan it. And if it's, you know, if it's, I think, green or something like that, you don't need to scan it because you already scanned it or it's not relevant. And we got more space pirates that are, and we need to even scan the energy because it has research data. Oh yes. And we can actually use our charge beam to get things closer to us. And this one looks a little bit more active. Looks like he might be more of a threat. Yes, okay. Let's see if we can fire a couple of missiles at him. There we go, he's good now. Alright, so interestingly, villainy has occurred here. Oh, one more, you know. Alright, so I'm going to make these roughly around 20 odd minutes, so hopefully I can get this done or close to being done, or at least the boss. Oh, there's a missile. Let's get the missile data. So anything new, basically you scan it before you kill it. That's a rule of thumb, basically. To is he dead? Yes, he's dead. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go down here, and we are gonna go looking down here. So basically, if you go to an area, make sure you scan everything before you continue exploring. Just for the... How do you get those, right? And... But for some reason I can't actually research space pirates for some reason. That's quite interesting. Okay, so let's do this, because we need to enable the lock door. Okay, so we just need to go on it. We don't need to actually power bomb it. Or bomb it. Yeah, just bomb it. Alright. Let's take a sneak attack on these turrets before they actually awaken. There we are. Alright, so we can do this, but before we go on here, we are going to go in this door, because this leads us to our save station, which we gotta scan, because, you know, it's research. That's what it is. Alright, so I'm actually going to save, and we're going to call that a first episode for now. It's not really 20 minutes, but anyway, yes, we'll save that. So this is, this has been part 1 of Metroid Prime. I was going to call it Super Metroid Prime. That'd be interesting. Actually, that'd be very interesting. So, I'm going to do a part 2, and maybe a part 3, and we'll see how it goes. I'm not totally sure if it's going to be a running thing. I did a little practice run, and I did thoroughly enjoy it. I just don't know if I have enough commentary to actually keep myself talking. But we will actually go... Actually, I'll come back into this room and start this room. right at the big door. Oh, actually, let's just open the big door. Looks like, see what's in there, and leave you on a good cliffhanger on the first episode. Oh yeah, let's see what's in the big door. There we go. We're just gonna leave it like that. So until next time, this has been Virgilus playing Metroid Prime. Until next time, if you like this, just please let me know, because I absolutely love playing this game. That's neat. I like little things like that. Okay, nevertheless, until next time, it's been Virgilus saying farewell and good night.